Hi, this is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the LD Micro Invitational in Bel Air, California, 2014. I have Mr. LD Micro himself, Chris Lahiji. Chris, welcome to your own conference.
Yeah, you know, the way I look at it is like it's one bad wedding every year. So most people don't enjoy their own weddings, and I have to do this once or twice a year. And you know, I just enjoy the fact that people enjoy it. But for the staff and for me, it's usually a different story.
A lot of smiling faces, and I mean a lot of smiling faces. It was more crowded than I bet you even expected. I'm sorry, I have to say that.
No, it was. We were expecting a much smaller number. The take is that, I mean, where do I begin? The main event will be smaller this year, so the invitational had to be bigger. I know I came on this exact show last year and said there will never ever be another invitational. And yes, if you look at the words, I did lie, but the invitational has metamorphosized its own shape. And, you know, I won't discuss as to why I picked June 4th, but the people close to me know, and I don't think we're ever going to have another June 4th date again.
Let me share something with you. I did a lot of interviews of companies that came over to me, and they were so busy I had to grab them because they were running from one-on-ones, they were doing presentations, the scheduling went flawlessly. I know your rooms were crowded, which is always when it comes to presentations. When you have a full room, you're not running and crazy and going about running around.
What was the most surprising to us was our room count. We did not have weakness from 7:30 all the way down. Relative until maybe 4:35, there was a consistent flow of people, and we were not expecting that. It's usually hard to keep people's attention for 30 minutes, let alone 12 and a half hours.
You know, Chris, I have to tell you, doing a conference June 4th, you also don't have to worry about rain. You don't have to worry about weather.
Here's what's crazy. We actually had a person who I made bring a thermostat to here, and I made him stand 20 minutes in the shade and 20 minutes in the sun for 3 consecutive days. And we found out that the temperature on weather.com and LA Times was all BS. So when I put out my note, I said expect temperatures 5 to 7 degrees hotter. Today we actually had wind. This is the first wind we've had in a long time.
Was it hot air or was it wind?
I think it's a combination of both. In this vicinity, there was probably more hot air than, you know, say a mile out.
I understand.
But, you know, with the summer, it's a different environment in the sense that the heat, you know, kind of takes its toll. There's more people, and LA needs the rain.
Wait a minute. The rooms are air conditioned.
Well, that's
what a secret.
Well, no. You see, what's interesting is that on the last day of the main event, the temperatures went down in the 50s. Our room attendance went up 30%. So I think that there had to be some of that. Outside, it was probably 80, 81, 82. Inside was a very nice and fun 68.
So let me see if I understand this very well. You actually control the weather?
No. Look, California has had the worst drought in its history. We need rain, and we need it badly. We need a lot of it. I just hope to God it doesn't rain today and then 2 days in December. Other than that, it can rain all day.
So what do you have to say about the companies that you had here?
You know, what makes me most proud is there was a lot of companies that were presenting for the very, very first time. To me, it's a very valuable asset to get a company, you know, almost the rookie card of the company. And I don't know exactly what the number was. I think it was between 15 and 20, but I'm very, very pleased. You know, there was a lot of return companies that, you know, that I think are still good investments. So it was a combination of both old and new.
I think you probably had more people who couldn't get in than did get in.
We turned down over 200 people. Now look, I don't like doing this. I don't. I created this event so it can be open access to a lot of people. There are many examples where there are college students, private investors that don't have accounts that are more than $30, $40, $50, $60,000. They don't have a conduit on the street. This is their conduit. But there's also a lot of people that want to utilize the event to use it for leverage, to use it for their own benefit, to use it for their own self-interest and not the interest of the whole. I have no objection for someone to come here that is technically deemed a service provider as long as they make everyone around them better. And I can't ascertain who someone is within a 24 or 48 hour period. I can't. So I don't mean to reject as many as we did. It just happened that way.
So I think you just gave an apology with a reason.
Oh yeah, no, I am not. Look, the premise of why I started was not to be the jerk. And regardless of how big or small I get, I don't want to be unaccommodating to people. And I think a lot of people take it the wrong way. They find it as a personal snub, or me being disingenuous, or me only trying to get hedge funds and mutual funds and media. That's not the case. I mean, Shelley, you've known me for almost 10 years now. You know that character is what you do to someone that is of no benefit to yourself. That is the definition of character. So people here, I mean, I don't want to give I don't want to use personal names.
Maybe we've gone too far down this road.
No. The thing is, no. It's just,
I hear you.
It's how do you accommodate with a collective group of people that all want to better themselves, as well as the group, and not just, I'm in it to make money for myself, and I could care less about you, I could care less about that person, I could care less about that.
What was your happiest moment? And don't tell me when everybody goes home.
Right now. Someone actually told me that they think that they think that this is the pre-day before day one. And I actually had to slap myself in hopes that I was like, there's no way in hell I'm just starting. Because my legs, my right side of my leg, I can't even feel it anymore.
Well, that's not me touching you.
No, of course not. No, it's not shoulder to shoulder. But look, I appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot. As you know, I'm very tight when it comes to information that leaves and flows outside of the event. Over the last few years, we've been more welcoming to, webcasting and Twitter, social media, other outlets. But the take is that, this is a private event. I want people to enjoy, and I want information to be disseminated, but we do this for our own collective group, and we hope to do it again shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a website from Chris so we can find out more information about LD Micro.
LDmicro.com.
That was easy.
Yeah, it was. LarryDavidMicro.com. So I actually said that on a webcast, and this woman's like, and here's Chris from Larry David Micro. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say Chris Lahiji from
Larry David.
from LD Micro. We're at the LD Micro Invitational right here in Bel Air, California, 2014. Chris,
thank you.
We love you.
We love you too. Thank you, guys.
Hi, this is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the LD Micro Invitational in Bel Air, California, 2014. I have Mr. LD Micro himself, Chris Lahiji. Chris, welcome to your own conference.
Yeah. The way I look at it is like it's one bad wedding every year. So most people don't enjoy their own weddings. And I have to do this once or twice a year, and I just enjoy the fact that people enjoy it. But for the staff and for me, it's usually a different story.
A lot of smiling faces, and I mean a lot of smiling faces. It was more crowded than I bet you even expected. I'm sorry, I have to say that.
No, it was. We were expecting a much smaller number. The take is that. Where do I begin? The main event will be smaller this year, so the invitational had to be bigger. I know I came on this exact show last year and said there will never, ever be another invitational.